I think the most exciting thing in track and field is Athing Mu. When she steps on the track, you do not know what's going to happen. So it's shocking to see her in a mile, already a surprise. But what can she do here? Is she out of her element, or does she handle her own just fine? It's going to be interesting to find out.
What a year she had in 2021 with the crescendo coming in Tokyo.
She's really just built for this 800 meters, and you see the gap there, just runs away with it. She looks like she's on a totally different level. Super young, but super poised, gaining experience. The sky's the limit for her.
That was two teenagers, 1 and 2, in that Olympic women's 800-meter final. So Mo comes back to where she has run an awful lot as a kid from nearby New Jersey, so he's got a lot of familiar friends here to cheer her on, but she's got to battle the reigning champion and the American record holder, Elle Purrier St. Pierre.
Absolutely. Familiar friends, stiff competition. Purrier set the American record here the last time she ran in 2020, taking the win, and just having a phenomenal last lap and a half to put it away.
And another local New Jerseyite is Josette Norris. She's got to be nervous because of her friends and family here, but this is kind of fun. We have a Whoop band wearable on her today, which gives you 24/7 feedback on your body's recovery, strain, and sleep. And we're actually tracking right now her heart rate.
Yeah, I love it. It shows that she's fired up and ready to run fast, but she's not overamped. I mean, she's not hitting her high heart rate of the max. It's not even close. So she's got some running left in her, but it shows what the warm-up's done, and we're going to track that throughout the race to see how she responds to all this.
Yeah, her average daily heart rate when she monitors herself 24/7 is about 72 beats per minute. So a little anxious, and I'm wearing one myself. I don't know if I want to check mine because I'm pretty nervous about getting a chance to call these legendary races. The Wanamaker miles, definitely part of the Millrose Games lore. Women's race is underway. Charlene Lipsey, noted for her talents at 800 meters, surges to the front, and Purrier St. Pierre into second. Josette Norris there in third, and there's Coco Klosterhalfen, who was in that battle with Purrier St. Pierre a couple of years ago. Now ahead of Norris, behind her Jessica Hull of Australia.
They've requested a pretty hot pace. I think they want the first quarter in 62.5. So Lipsey's out rich, and that's going to be a decision-making time for a lot of these women. That's an aggressive pace, and you can see with Mo in the middle there, it's actually a great decision for her. She wants to be competitive, but not get in over her head too early on in this race.
Coming up on 6 laps to go. We mentioned Josette Norris wearing that Whoop band. You know, tracking all of her training, she goes about 153 on average beats per minute. Here, slightly higher than that.
Definitely. Not crazy. She looks comfortable, and this is one of those things that's train smarter, not harder. You collect all that data, and it's not going to impact this race, but she can look back and reflect and make adjustments from that.
I think my heart would be racing if I turned around and saw Athing Mu right behind, and I think that's for all these middle distance runners, with Mo moving up in distance, they just don't want her around for those last couple of laps because she's going to be so dangerous with that closing speed.
Absolutely. If I were in this race, I would think about the 5K. I mean, that's how threatening and scary she is in that last lap. It's why as soon as the pacer steps off, they can't slow down. Not that they're right on her heels by any means, but they don't want to leave her in this race too long. They want to just get rid of her as quickly as possible, and that means never backing off this rich pace.
So halfway home in the Whoop Wanamaker mile, and Lipsey steps off the track, and Purrier St. Pierre.
She's starting to string this thing out. It's pretty typical of her to just really start to grind things down. As soon as the pacer steps off, she kind of lets the pacer do the job, whether she's right on her heels or not, but I'm just going to look at her back and follow. And then she turns it on and tries to stretch it out.
And one more check-in on Norris. Beats per minute now up into high 160s.
Yeah, we'll see that start pushing up late in the race, obviously, but that's where the lactic threshold comes in. Heart rate gets really high and the blood starts to change. It fills with that lactic acid that feels like kind of like a bear with a piano on your back. That's sort of what you see on the numbers there when she stays too high for too long.
And she was more a headline late in the season when she went over to Europe for the first time and had some great performances in the Diamond League. And now she's mixing it up with the U.S. Trials champion. Elle Purrier St. Pierre, the American record holder, has the lead. Now 2 laps to go.
Not surprising at all to see Norris there. She had a great late season run, like you said. She ran under 4 minutes in the 1500, finished top 3 at the Diamond League final. Just really regrouped after a disappointing trials and said, hey, let's make the best of this.
So a little bit of separation now with Purrier St. Pierre, Norris, Klosterhalfen, Sage Hurta. Athing Mu now beginning to fade just a little bit as she is passed by Jessica Hall and Shannon Osika. Less than a lap to go.
She's created the separation. Now it's about how fast she can go.
Trying to chase down another victory as Norris tries to chase her down. Klosterhalfen now out of it, but look at Purrier St. Pierre into the main straightaway. And Elle Purrier St. Pierre, another Wanamaker trophy.
She really put on a clinic. She went to the front, tucked in right behind, was the first person on the lead there behind the pacer, found the right rhythm for her, what she thought was sustainable and going to give her the legs to close late. Wasn't really ever in threat. Runs through, gets the win, sets a world leader. It's kind of what we're starting to expect from Elle.